No.
Now, let's stay on the football topic. I want to talk Saquon Barkley, New York Giant running back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you lived with the guy, no?
We had we lived for 3 months in the offseason last year.
Wild.
Hence
What
why
was
the
that
Giants
like?
plummeted this year. No. Hence why they had such a fucking shitty season.
Yeah, it took him about till week 10 to really get going. What was that like?
It was surreal. It cost me a relationship, actually, because I had this place I was supposed to get with my girl, and we had the place all lined up, and all of a sudden I get a fuck this chair, my bad. I get a call from, I think it was Cuz. It's like, yo, you want to live with Saquon Barkley? I was like, yup.
Sure.
Yup, I'm in. And so I told Katie Carney, who I was dating at the time, that we were going to be living with Saquon, so we did for a little bit. It was crazy. You don't want to play Saquon in Connect 4. He's a big Connect 4 player. You don't want to play him in fucking rock, paper, scissors. He's like Houdini. You don't want to fucking play. He knows you're going to throw every fucking time.
You know what I like about the guy? You would never know. Obviously, you know who Saquon Barkley is, but when you hang out with him, he doesn't hold that type of... He's just a normal guy.
He's the fucking man. He's the best
awesome.
guy in the fucking world. He's the most disciplined, amazing human being on planet Earth. Actually, we were in Miami, and these parties you're trying to go to, like Sports Illustrated, Maxim, blah, blah, they're all packed like at like 11, 12, right?
That's your guy.
So I'm like walking in at a point with Saquon. He's got like 9 other guys with him. So he's there at the front of the line making sure all 9 guys get in, and myself and whoever I was with at the time. But there was like these 5 random people that were there, and Saquon was like going out of his way to like get people in. Like he's just a fucking good dude, and he's just the Giants. Obviously, if he was on a different football team, I think he'd have a little bit more obviously success. But
little did he know, one stiff arm would have got all 9 of you in.
No shit.
That's all it would have taken right there.
But they weren't even like letting. It was weird. He couldn't like. It was so crazy there that he was having trouble getting into places. I'm like, it's fucking Saquon Barkley. Like, how the fuck you not letting this guy in?
As far as living with him, do you wake up 10 a.m., want to crack a beer and feel like shit when he's out training? Like, he's got to be training.
Yeah, bro, I would sneak in at like 3 in the morning and like tiptoe up the stairs to my bed and not wake him up. And there was one night, which is actually pretty funny, is we were all asleep. It was like 1 in the morning, and all of a sudden, we had this loud speaker system in the house.
Oh, shit.
And it was
That's a recipe for disaster.
No shit. It was me, Saquon, Cuz was downstairs, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this music turns on. It's like, shine bright like a diamond, like so fucking loud. Like almost the house almost fucking explodes. So I'm like, oh my God, like what the fuck is going on? Like it's so loud. Like I'm telling you, like the house is shaking.
Right.
So I thought we were getting murdered. Like this is a murder scene. Like this guy's turning up the music really loud. Great, we're going to die. They're coming in here to kill Saquon Barkley and I and Cuz. And so I walk outside. Saquon's got a golf club in his fucking boxer shorts ready to go. And I'm just like peeking around the corner like, say, go check this out. Go check this out. And then afterwards, we found out nothing was wrong, and I walked back upstairs to Katie, who I was in bed with, and she was like, what happened? I'm like, I took care of it, don't worry. I was like, I got it. I made sure everything was cool, but I was like the biggest pussy about it.
Saquon's down there fighting the good fight.
I was like holding his back, walking behind him, looking around for fucking the robber, the serial killer that we thought was in the house.
And the training regimen of the guy, for those legs that he has to be just out of control.
I was never involved in any of the training regimens.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, Bobby.
I passed on that. No, fuck that. So I just, whenever they felt like turning it on and partying a little bit, that's when I got involved. I wasn't there doing fucking 40-yard dashes or whatever those guys.
We have a bet going on, actually, with Cuz, who's Saquon's manager. You know Joey Coldcuts. I think you've met him at work.
Ran into him at the pool. He's a man.
Right. Big old fella.
Yeah.
What we bet on is out of 10 runs with Saquon. Mind you, Coldcuts is pushing... No disrespect, Coldcuts, 245.
Yeah, he's up there. He's got a fat little gut, too.
He has 68% body fat.
68, that's
Heck
high.
of a guy, heart of a lion. Out of 10 rushes, can Coldcuts tackle him once?
Not a fucking chance.
You don't think
so? Well, it depends. Is it an open field tackle? It's like...
That's what the question
is. No, there's no way. It doesn't matter what a fucking... Coldcuts cannot fucking tackle Saquon. There's no way.
Well, you know where I disagree? I think it would be like a plus 250. And the reason I only do plus 250, if you do a full football field, he's got no chance. But if you just do an alley with how big Coldcuts is it doubtful? Yes.
He's not going to get 10 attempts. Saquon's going to fucking truck stick him. You might have to do this over a year because he's going to run up the middle, truck stick him, and then Coldcuts is going to be out.
Right. Well,
then you're going to have to do it in like 2 weeks.
If we do 10 attempts, somebody could get hurt. By somebody, it would be Coldcuts.
Just have Coldcuts sign a waiver. That's it.
Right. I would think the right thing to do was 5 attempts. Mm-hmm. And I know Coldcuts, he would give it everything he has. And I think Saquon would just obliterate him, but we'd get A, content out of it. B, let people wager on it.
I think we can make that happen in the backyard this week. Let's fucking
Done.
do it.
Done. Consider it done. Another
But that's
thing
not.
we're
I'm
gonna
not
book-
making a decision for those guys. That's up to them. I'm not putting. Don't quote.